Hello and welcome. My name is Jürgen Rinelli and I'm a senior software consultant. In my today's video, even I want to cover a everywhere bespoken subject, NIS2. And I want to show you in my own simple way how easy Endpoint Central can cover NIS2. So have fun. Well, first, of course, we will need some basics. So let's enjoy a good cup of cappuccino while I provide those theoretical basics. Don't worry, just 2 or 3 minutes. The Network and Information Security Directive, introduced by the European Union in 2016, was a groundbreaking step towards improving the security and resilience of critical infrastructure across member states. It aimed to address the growing cybersecurity risks faced by essential services and digital service providers. However, as cyber threats have evolved in both sophistication and frequency, the need for a more robust and expansive approach became clearer. IT infrastructure has become increasingly reliant and interconnected digital technologies, leaving gaps that the original directive could not fully address. This is where NIS2 came in place, a more comprehensive and updated directive designed to enhance cybersecurity standards, close existing loopholes, and cover a broader range of sectors and industries. So, how Endpoint Central can help us? Endpoint Central can leverage its endpoint security features such as endpoint DLP, browser security, risk-based vulnerability and patch management, next-gen antivirus engine, anti-ransomware and mobile security capabilities. Endpoint Central also can restrict or manage peripheral devices accessing the information systems. Of course, we can handle the incidents. We can have a business continuity through backups. We have the security in network and information systems by providing comprehensive vulnerability management in terms of constant assessment and visibility of threats from a single console. And there are a lot of more points and details in here. You can read in the article I'm gonna post in the video, but I want to show you short how all those details look, how it looks like in Endpoint Central, and I'm gonna show you that Endpoint Central and meeting NIS2 is nothing you need a rocket science studied or you need to be a great magician. Well, we are here now in the console from Endpoint Central. You access the console through a browser and a few simple basics. It's an agent-based system. You can manage Windows, Mac and Linux systems. It comes as an on-prem version or as a cloud version, and you also can have it running in a hybrid environment. The access has to be secured, of course, and you go into the admin tab. We do have a third-party certificates you can add here, and we do have user roles, user-based access. You provide your technicians special rights, maybe a role. Let's go in here. Let's have a short look at it. You can add users through Active Directory authentication or local authentication, you can add some roles, predefined roles. Maybe a OS deployer cannot do something else as OS deployment part. And you can restrict the access to remote offices or special groups too. And there is a secure authentication, of course. It is an email or authenticator app. As well, when it comes to the on-prem edition, you can have it secured to the internet through a secure gateway server too. But we are here now to see something in short about how Endpoint Central can help me with NIS2. So let's have a quick overview. There is configurations where you can have some configurations like for Windows, Mac or Linux security configurations you can send here. Either you have an Active Directory in place or not, you can provide those settings here too. There is, of course, a script repository where you can send some own scripts. And there's always, within all the product, there are some templates helping you, making your job easier. So then there is a software deployment component where you can publish some software. That's where you add your own packages for patching, for updating software, what is not within the patch management or third-party patching. You also have a big template database here helping you. It is 142,000 templates for different operating systems, and these are basically the full installers with all the silent install switches needed. As you all know, the install switches don't remain same every time and with every software, so it is a big help even here. The patch management allows you to patch all the systems, all your OS, Windows, Mac, Linux, and you also have a big third-party patch database, and all the patches will be found after scanning the system, will be found in missing patches. And here you have an overview about the criticality, and you have more details about the patches, a approval status, by providing approved or not approved. This is helpful when you want to automatically patch systems. Then we have a platform. Is a reboot necessary or not? Is a patch uninstallation, a rollback, supported from the patch or not? And you have a bunch of more columns you can choose of. Patch always can be published manually, automatically. That's where Endpoint Central has its big strengths. You can patch patches automatically with automatic patch deployment policies. Yeah, let's have a look. It looks like that. You have a dashboard all time, an overview. What is patched? Green, fine, very good, is through. You have the yellow ones. Yeah, those are in pipe, in the line. And of course, yeah, there might be some patching failed systems, and you have the overview, and you can go over it. You can have a look why it is failed. You can go to the system and have a debugging why it is failed. As well, it is necessary that you have in place an automatism for testing the patches. Don't roll out everything without testing. You can build up test groups and such to provide a testing scenario by approving the patches after, let's say, 3 days, if everywhere it is successfully installed. And then let's roll out the patches to the automatic patch deployment policies in all the environments. Well, we talked about as well endpoint data loss prevention, browser security, risk-based vulnerability and patch management, next-gen antivirus, anti-ransomware and mobile security capabilities. Well, and let's stick first to the vulnerability. We have seen now, in short, there you can patch all your systems. But about threats, let's go there. We have software vulnerabilities with the CVSS scores. You can group them, and you have more information about that patches. You can patch them, you see on which systems and such. You have detected CVEs, always an overview. You can sort them, you have more columns to choose of, and exploit status available, not severities here. And of course, you can patch it. And always you do have more informations about Mitre and such. We do have zero-day vulnerabilities. Yeah, if there is a zero-day vulnerability, you see on which system is it affected, you can fix it too. We have system misconfigurations, an all-time overview about the misconfigurations. You can deploy the configurations. Here you have an information about what is it about. And of course, you can group it to assign it to specific specialists. High-risk software. Do you have an overview about your software, what's expired, end of life? Here it is, automatically provided. Expired on which systems and what will be expiring the next. Then there is peer-to-peer and remote desktop sharing, even those automatically. Web server misconfigurations. You have always a resolution about, a description. What is it and how is the severity and how is the resolution done? And of course, this is grouped too. And there is a port audit. Yeah, that's great. An overview about all your open ports on which systems. And because we do not want to go remotely on that systems and check on our own, we have the detailed view. Here, with one click, you get provided with all the software needed those ports. Especially the compliance sector is helpful. We have built-in templates. That's the CIS benchmarks for Windows and Linux. And if you do a targeting, a mapping, we have an audit in place. We have an overview about the compliance of that system, of specific systems, and we can see the rules, the official rules. Are they passed or failed? And what is failed? And we do not get only the red sign, this is failed. We even get a summary, we get a rationale, and we get a how to fix it. And of course, in the system, meeting all the requirements, you need to act fast. So there is a system quarantine policy where you automatically can define rules with vulnerability. Let's say the selected CVSS value is about 8. Not only an audit, get it quarantined, block all network access and such things. So you can restrict the access to the network. You can get an alert and proactively restrict possible vulnerable systems in the network. Next, what we do need is to have an overview about all our assets. We have the software compliance summary, a software lifecycle, and a hardware lifecycle too. And we have within the computers, we have a big overview about our assets. Asset summary, system overview, hardware information, software certificates, and a lot of more. And we even can prohibit software and block executables. We have an alerting in here. It is really necessary that you get an alerting about software installations, uninstallations, hardware changes, or disk space proactively, or certificates expiring. Let's have a look about the device control. Block all the access to the devices from other, from USB or whatever. So let's have a look about it, how easy it can be configured. You do configure trusted devices here, create a device group by type. You add them here, you can import it from files, then you build your trusted device groups and you publish those groups. Windows or Mac possible, so removable storage devices, let's say allow trusted devices only, list that test group, let's say, and file access settings, device access settings, only BitLocker encrypted devices, file shadowing settings. get an overview of what is done through the devices. And you can, of course, provide a temporary access to the devices on a specific computer for a specific user, specific time frame, and a specific device. And of course, we do have our overviews, the insights, the reports, and every of those insights and reports can be scheduled for an all-time overview about our security. Let's go to the next BitLocker management. You do need to encrypt your systems. This is possible through BitLocker management, even with a automatic rotation of your recovery key, and you can retrieve the recovery key here or within your domain controller. Endpoint data loss prevention. Yeah, let's secure our biological endpoints, let's say. Have data classifications configured easily by searching what is already in here, looking for finance, health, source code, PCI, HIPAA, whatever, or create a custom rule. Yeah, regex patterns, keyword matching, document matching, everything easy within endpoint data loss prevention. Then when we do have our classifications, we can go policy deployment. We associate that policy, let's say German sensitives, what I built previously, and we do have file access, what we can restrict only within trusted applications, select that application, screen capture, and email client, file upload, and lots more what we can easily configure. And then, of course, we do have insights about sensitive email audit, sensitive file audit, override audit, and such. The application control. We need to get certain that there is no application on the systems used by the users what we do not want him to be used, what he's not needed. Okay, so there is a bunch of software on the systems and we need to sort it out. So let's build applications groups with allow list and block lists. That's easy done. Windows, Mac functioning, and we can we can sort it. We choose the software on the allow list, on the blacklist, and then we just deploy that easily. Get it on a specific group. Provide our white lists or blacklists, and we do have an audit mode by allowing every application except them on the block list, or then later, after a while, when we ran through all the unmanaged apps, we can provide a strict mode only, so a strict whitelist. What else? We have, of course, a just-in-time access and overviews, and of course another important part of all those regulations is that we do not have so many local admins out there. So in order to do that, we need to provide elevated rights to those applications needing a local admin just to run. So we can provide this privileged management to these applications and then later on remove the local admins. Next on the list is browser security. We need to configure and manage our browsers too, all within one suite. Within Endpoint Central Security Edition, we do have the browser security. What can we do? We can manage the add-ons. We can publish add-ons or remove app add-ons. We have a download filter, threat prevention, data leakage prevention, browser customization. Yes, let's customize browsers for Windows or for Mac. And we have different browsers we can customize. And let's just check how it looks like. Yeah, content restrictions, restrictions for URLs, security restrictions, browser functionality, privacy, and such. And we can configure a proxy. We can have bookmarks managed and set the default browsers. Coming to default browsers, we even can reroute and have a browser rerouting. We have a browser lockdown. We have Java management and much more. And we have always a compliance overview: BSP default compliance, stick compliance, CIS compliance. And let's have a look how it looks like. Yeah, let's go in there. We can see what is compliant, not compliant, highly vulnerable. Let's go and fix it. Coming to the tools. The tools allow us all time, even in home office, a remote control, connecting even into terminal sessions if we have added a terminal server here. We have a system manager by providing us in the background the possibility without a remote session to look into the task manager, stop or kill processes, have a task scheduler, have a computer renaming, services, which services are installed in which log on user, and we can even configure the mode or stop that services, command prompt, PowerShell, registry, and lots more. And we have remote shutdown possibilities with scheduling too. Wake on LAN, it works even in Wake on LAN. And there is even the chat possibility. We can chat with every user. We can have a call, a voice call, or even initiate a video call. It is necessary that we, in a case of emergency, that we can connect to our most important assets, to our users. Next is the announcements. You need to be able to send announcements to everyone on the monitor, always in front. Let's say we do have a data breach, and please do not open email or whatever. Or we do have a service down, just as a notification. System tools allow us to clean up our systems. And within the mobile device management, whatever we did with, I showed for the clients, for laptops, we do, and servers, we do have even for mobile devices. Within Endpoint Central Security Edition, we can have a modern management, allowing us even on laptops a profile management. We can provide profiles for iOS, Android, Windows, Chrome, Mac OS, tvOS. So we can run a kiosk mode. We can manage even the stores. And of course, there is always an auditing showing us all time what has been done on what systems. And within the coming to the mobile devices, we can have a geo-tracking fences by providing security, extra security if a device is leaving a certain distance from my company or my country that is getting wiped or such. Coming to wipe, yes, we can wipe systems through the mobile device management too. Even Windows systems when we have the modern management in place. Automate OS updates and updates applications is in here too. Last part is the malware protection. The malware protection is about next-gen antivirus and anti-ransomware. The anti-ransomware shows us incident management. We will see if there is something unregulary, the severity, the alerts, infected systems. Is the incident status unresolved? We can have it marked as true positive, false positive. And of course, we do need to have some more insights. We can have expanded forensics. VirusTotal is linked, so we can see quickly if there is a false or a true positive. When we go through the alerts, we have our forensic possibilities with a lot of details, and even from here I can have a restart, a shutdown, or a remote control system manager. And the most important part is that I can go here on the devices and get it set instantly into network quarantine. This is instantly. And of course, later on, when I found out that it is a false positive or something, I can unblock it. And coming to the false positives and true positives, Endpoint Central also provides instant, non-erasable backup of the files in your network every 3 hours by leveraging Microsoft's Volume Shadow Copy service. So if a file is infected with ransomware, it can be restored with the most recent backup copy of that file. So even business continuity is given. Let's go back to the admin tab. We have a lot of integrations with other ticketing systems from ManageEngine, other ticketing systems. We have RP Explorer, and we have even advanced analytics, Log360, Event Log Analyzer, and more integrations to come or to be implemented through the API. Reporting is another necessity in such a system. We do have a big amount of reports. Of course, scheduled reports with filters possible, custom report builder, query reports. We do have in the on-prem edition, we do have even Active Directory reports, user reports, OU reports, GPO reports, giving us an overview of everything. And we have a lot of predefined reports, such as inventory reports, always an overview. And we do have data loss prevention reports, we have threat and patches reports, and then we do have the predefined executive reports, executive asset summary, threat summary, patch summary, high priority reports, and even those can be scheduled. Within the Home tab, we do have a lot of dashboards with our summaries, and everything is linked, providing us more details by clicking on it, getting directed directly into those parts. And we do have a security dashboard and CS analysis too. So a big overview all time about our security status of our endpoints. That's it for today's video covering NIS2 with Endpoint Central. I believe you all came to the same conclusion. Endpoint Central is no rocket science, and thus not even NIS2 need to be. Again, thank you for watching and hope to see you soon. Bye for now.